Coming up next, can a new fund supported by the actress Emma Thompson get more women elected in the United Kingdom? Back in 1985, Emily's List was founded in the United States to help elect female Democrats, particularly those in favour of abortion rights. Now a political support fund here in the United Kingdom hopes to emulate the success of Emily's List with the help of funding from the actress and campaigner Emma Thompson. So why? Joining me now is the former leader of the Women's Equality Party, Sophie Walker, and also Jessie Jacobs, who is the Tees Valley Labour candidate for Mayor. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Sophie Walker, I mean, do you support this idea and why is it needed?
Well, I co-founded Activate, so yes, I fully support this idea. What we're trying to do is give direct financial support in order to help women to get elected, and particularly to women from minoritized communities that face additional further barriers of, for example, racism and ableism on top of the sexism that is contributing to them having less money. We know obviously that women earn less than men, they're more likely to be doing part-time work around caring responsibilities, they have smaller savings, smaller pensions, they're less likely than men to have business networks that they can tap for funding. When you then look at all that against the fact that it costs the average candidate around £11,000 to stand for election, and often more. One MP told the Fawcett Society, who did some great research on this, that it took £40,000. Now, you might as well be, aiming to get to the moon for the accessibility of that kind of money to many, many women. And it is directly as a result, in part of this, that we don't have a representative democracy. We only have a third of MPs that are women. BAME women make up about 4% of parliamentarians, and only 2 female MPs identify as disabled. Given particularly that we are living through COVID right now, that is really illustrating the extent to which inequalities are entrenched, when we know in particular that disabled people and people of colour are disproportionately affected, when we see responses from Westminster, from Number 10, that don't understand childcare as a political issue, that don't understand that a spike in domestic violence was entirely predictable, what we're trying to do, I think, becomes even more vital.
Yet, aren't we actually doing quite well on this, Jessie Jacobs? I mean, certainly better than the United States in terms of the number of MPs. And after all, we've got 4 nations in the United Kingdom. 2 of them are led by women. So aren't we moving in the right direction without the need for a new campaign?
We're moving in the right direction, but we're nowhere near where we need to be. I will be the first female Metro Mayor in the country. You'll see through the COVID crisis how important it's been to have regional voices speaking up for the regions, but every one of those voices has been male, and that means that some of the big issues during the crisis have been missed. It means that the people who were coming to me, business owners, female business owners who were impacted by the crisis and feeling they were forgotten about by the government, I could absolutely identify. The reason why I'm in politics in the first place is I feel like women of the North East have been neglected by the government. We earn 22% less than men. That hasn't changed in a long time. We're seeing increases in inequality, increase in child poverty, and a lot of the time that is because we do not see women who are empowered and earning enough. So the big economic impact that we need is to see women earning as much as men, and that means women leading regions and having economic strategies that are going to impact the women of our regions.
Of course, we're talking about women of all political persuasions, I imagine, who'll be helped by this group, Sophie Walker. I mean, in practice, what difference does it make when you have a woman rather than any other in an elected office?
Well, again, there's a couple of things here. One is that if a democracy is going to work properly, it needs to be a truly representative democracy. And as we've said, women are not proportionally represented in decision-making levels among government. You know, we spent a weekend discussing the boys' club at Number 10. The policy and comms chiefs who spent their time name calling female peers instead of perhaps understanding how important their jobs were to the lives of women right now across the country. I think what Activate is also specifically trying to do is to look for women who are grounded in their communities with a commitment to representing marginalised women, so that we can support women like Jessie who've got that experience of understanding community need, of coming up with community solutions, and then we can help them get that knowledge and that talent into politics, so that we're better able to write policies that really speak to everybody's lives and everybody's lived experiences.
Okay, thank you both very much indeed, including Jessie Jo Jacobs there, who is Labour's candidate in the Tees Valley